We have a 2012 Saturn L200 sedan, and we're going to be replacing the driver's side glass door. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is come in here, and you can just get your finger right in here. You're going to basically yank it off just like this. Sorry about that, my camera shut off. So under the plastic door piece right here, there are 3 screws. Okay, it's just right here, 1, 2, and 3, and they're about 1 inch long. So just pull that out, you're good to go. You can start pulling on this gently. So just come in here, you can see it's already loose, and there's white clips behind this panel right here. Okay, and just like that. So because this rig is so old, it looks like it's not coming out the way it should, but you can kind of see the plastic piece right here, the way it's kind of held. There you go. Interesting. Oh yeah, you can, so this plastic piece right here, I'll have to readjust this here later on. Okay, so move that off to the side. Okay, and then behind this electric door latch, you want to take your plastic trim tool remover and just kind of pry it off slowly. There you go, comes right out. And there is a 1 Phillips screwdriver right behind this. And it's so small, my hands barely fit back there. Okay, take that out. Okay, and then after that, there's a little plastic piece right here on the door handle. What you want to do is you want to pull from the top out this way. I'll show you why. Let me grab my plastic tool, trim tool remover. Just kind of work it gently. Okay, like this. And then the bottom comes right out. So there's a little tab right here. You don't want to be pulling from the bottom because you don't want to break this piece right here. So you can see a little clip right here. You just want to pull it from the top. Okay, and then once you do that, there's another screw right here. Okay, and then there's one last screw right here behind the speaker cover. So again, grab your plastic tool remover and pull this off gently. Advanced audio. And then behind, just on the side of the speaker, the tweeter right here, there's a screw. And then just be gentle that you don't poke the screwdriver through the tweeter. Okay, so that should fall off here in a sec. So with that last screw off, this whole thing should be loose, and you should be able to pull this thing off gently. So just want to be careful not to pull any wires. Any wires that you do see, you just want to disconnect it from the back. Let's see here. Looks like it's held by a little tab at the very top here. You can just pull on it like that. Okay, and then the speaker one right here, you can just pull out just like that. Like there's no tabs to push down to pull out. Yeah, they just pull straight out. So again, like all 3 of these wire connectors, they just pull straight out. There's really nothing to push down, you know, to release the tension on these switches. So that was pretty straightforward. Okay. All right, so I think we're kind of ready here to lift up on these, on this guy right here, and then just carefully slide it out. Okay, just like that. Okay guys, once you get to this point, you'll want to remove this plastic like a barrier. It helps keeps the water and elements coming into your cab. So this looks like it's been removed before by previous owner or maybe a shop, because this thing should be way stickier and it's not. So when we put this back on, we want to make sure we get this thing on here really good, and I'll probably use some really good duct tape for that. Okay, so now we got to remove the actual track itself, the actuator and the motor. Everything has to come out because the actual glass itself has this built-in kind of a glide on the bottom of the glass, if you will. So I'll show you guys when we get to that point. So basically you have one 10mm bolt right here and then 4 40-bit torque screws right here. So one thing to keep in mind right here, this is the actual adjustment. So if you roll up if you install this thing and it's not going all the way up, this is how you would adjust it with this 10mm adjustment section right here. Pretty much every car that I've ever worked on doing the actuator or the motor replacement has this. So these are the 2 actuator bolts right here, and then this one is the motor. And you can see the motor and everything kind of dropped. Okay, so go ahead and disconnect this. Let me see how, okay, push this lever down, and then the wire harness should come right off. Probably should have actually removed the wire harness first before dropping the motor. So I'm gonna just put a screw right in here to hold it. Okay, that way I don't have to, hold up this thing. Hey Isabella, can you go grab me another rubber glove? Oh, it's on the work.
What happened?
So this is it's grease. Thank you, hon.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, and this is just like a waterproof wire harness there. All right. All right, now we'll take the bolt off. So, lesson learned, just take the wire harness off first and then take that thing off. All right. So this thing is kind of a funky contraption. Thank you, hon.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see in a minute what I'm talking about. This thing is kind of weird looking. Look at this.
What is all that dust?
The white stuff is insulation. Let me show you guys how to take this track off. So basically, this is like a screen door kind of. There's little wheels right here that slides this way. And as you can see, we need to figure out how to get this thing over here. There's a gap right here. We need to get this thing slid all the way over here, and then this over here so it'll kind of slide off. So on the back of this thing here, there's this little rubber stop right here. You just want to push this like this and pop it right out. It's kind of self-explanatory. Okay, we'll save that. And then this thing should slide right off, just like that. Okay, let me go grab the new glass. You can see how the glass is broken on the inside here. Only way to fix this is with a new glass. Okay, so this is the new glass right here, or used glass. It's got you can see the track right here that's integrated into the glass itself. So what you gotta do is you gotta now put the motor and actuator back into the door, and then the last thing you're gonna do is just drop in this glass. So we're gonna do that right now. Okay, so you're gonna basically slide this in here exactly the way you took it out. You're just gonna got it in there. We're gonna take these 2 40mm hex bolts and just finger tight on the motor. Okay, and then also on the actuator. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get the glass cleaned up real quick. Alright guys, so right now I got the window motor, the actuator up about just below the halfway here. And then what you're going to have to do is, again, you want to make sure that this bolt on this adjustment bolt is out so you can maneuver the actuator by hand. Okay, so you're going to raise the glass up kind of like this, and at this point don't worry about getting the glass in the track just yet. And by the way, this is one of the more difficult ones that I've had to deal with. The other glasses I put in doesn't have this built-in rail on the glass itself, so this one's a little fighter. Okay, so once you get the bottom roller on this track kind of lined up, you're going to want to work on the back one, because both the roller has to go on the glass at the exact same time. Otherwise, there's no way you're going to get it on. So it just takes a little bit of patience, and there's really no clear view of what you're doing. So you got to kind of look at it just with the one eye and hope that you can get this thing on simultaneously. Okay. Oop, there we go. Okay, so now that we got both rollers on the track on the bottom of the glass, now the next thing we got to do is trying to get the glass on the rail that's behind the speaker right here, and on the other end. Okay, so at this point, what you want to do is use the remote electric window actuator. Oh, use the motor to help you guide it up and down however you need it. Okay, it needs to go up a little bit. Okay, I think this is the more difficult part. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and roll it down. Make sure it's on a track. Nope, it's not on a track. Quite not on track here. Let me go up a little bit. Okay, back down. Okay. There we go. Let's give that a try again. Oh, okay, perfect. It's on the track now. So once it's on the track, both rollers are on that track, and the glass is on the door track. You want to take your little rubber stop, it's kind of like a bump stop that goes on here, like I showed you earlier in the video. So you gotta kind of finesse it in there with little room that you have. Okay, there we go. Okay, just make sure that little bump stop is slid all the way to going forward as far as you can. Okay, so now at this point you can bring up this. Oh, let's go ahead and get this thing realigned here. Okay, so now at this point you can go ahead and put the bolt back in for this actuator. still a little gap right here. It doesn't look quite aligned, so that's okay. Let me go down. Make sure everything is working, going up and down correctly. Okay, good. Okay, so it looks like it might be binding up here a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and take this inner seal out of here. Make sure there's no binding. And, oh, okay, I think I see what's going on here. There we go. Perfect, there you go. So now I can go ahead and put this trim piece back on. Okay, and one of the last things you want to do before you close this thing up here, you want to do a good job of putting some waterproof grease on the tracks down here. Okay, so I got it all taped up, ready to go. Just want to make sure that these plastic tabs are exposed. Alright guys, so just finished up here and let me show you guys the end result. It's pretty good, right? Okay, there you go.